Hello? I couldn't hear myself for a second there. You are listening to the award-winning WHCM 88.3 FM, Palatine, Illinois, a broadcast station of Harper College and its Board of Trustees. You're listening to Streaming Verse with Chris and Nina. We are on YouTube Live tonight. If you head over to the Harper Radio channel on YouTube, you can find us.
I can't see it.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I'm not on the internet, I bet.
Oh, I was like, you can't see what?
You know what I mean? Like, it has to connect to the internet before I...
Oh, I understand, yeah. We are live, and tonight we are celebrating the 50 years of SNL, which is so exciting. But quick reminder before we get started, the thoughts and ideas on the show are our own and not necessarily reflective of the opinions of WHCM, Harper College, and its Board of Trustees. Look, I don't even need the binder anymore.
Look at you. You're all grown up now.
Yeah.
You've done it all by yourself. I am so proud of you.
That was so sarcastic, and I deserved it because we've been doing this show for how long?
That one's a newer one, though. Like, in terms of, like, you at least have the station ID. Most, you know, if you didn't have the station ID, we'd have issues. You just did the thoughts and ideas of your own. Yeah, but you have you are listening to WHCM 88.3 FM.
Oh,
that one, Palatine, Illinois. Broadcast service of Harper College and its Board of Trustees. Yeah. Sorry, once I start, I can't stop. It's
yeah. I understand. So, Chris, would you like to start us off with what you've been watching?
I just typed in Harper. I would, but I feel kind of manic right now.
Okay, do you want a second?
No, I'm good now. See, all I needed was that second. Okay. What have I...
I'm feeling kind of crazy, so hang on.
Okay, uh-oh.
Keep going.
She's doing stuff. Okay, what have I been streaming? She just realized the lights were on and she turned them off.
I was losing my mind.
She's like, why is it so bright in here?
I was losing my mind.
And you have to be on the Harper Radio channel on YouTube Live to know what we're talking about with the lights. Yeah. So I went backwards in time.
Oh.
I was watching The Night Agent, which season 2 just came out, and I was going through it too fast. And I'm like, no, I want to savor this. We want to wait.
Right.
So I found Why Women Kill on Paramount Plus. Have you seen this?
No, it's been on my okay. I almost said wish list. My to be watched list for quite a while now.
Okay. And it's 2 seasons. I finished the first season like in record time. It is amazing. It is so good. Okay. Highly recommend Why Women Kill. And it's nice because they put some twists in there. It's 3 women who all live in the same house. One is in like the 50s, one is in the 80s, and one is like, it starts out 2019. So... Oh,
that's cool.
Yeah, so it's same house, and you get to see the remodeling, and it's a huge house. And you don't know who they're going to kill. Like, you automatically assume, oh, they're going to kill their husband. You know, you just, because the way it starts out. Not necessarily. It's really good. It's engaging. It's wonderful. And again, I've started season 2, and even though I do like the actress, I'm already out. I'm like, no, it's not going to be the same. And it was canceled after season 2.
Okay.
So
that adds up.
I have a feeling because season 1 was like 2019. So probably people... And then that was season 1, sorry. And season 2 was like 2021. I have a feeling people gobbled it up because it was the pandemic. And they greenlit it for season 3. And I think they realized, oh, wait a minute, this didn't really go as well for season 2 as we thought it did because it was the pandemic. But season 1's amazing.
Yeah, I'll have to finally watch that because that's been on my list for quite a while now.
And yeah, it's especially the one in the 80s. And there's a lot of things that they discuss that are really interesting that I really enjoyed. Actually, all of them do. They were all, like, they have progressive characters. They have characters who are in the dark ages. I mean, they do a lot with it.
Interesting.
So it's impressive. And what have you been streaming?
Well, going back to a question you asked me last week, Onyx Storm was released.
Yes, I saw that.
Yes. I have been, like you said, for Why Women Kill, very trying to like make it last.
Yeah.
Because the author of the book has said that she's taking a break before finishing book 4, and it's supposed to be a 5-book series, and according to everyone's reaction to her saying that, it ends on another cliffhanger. So I'm on page like 80, and there's, I don't know how many pages it is. It's long. It's a thick book. But that, no, I don't think I've told you about my restoration of faith in humanity because of this book.
No, there's restoration?
There is. There is.
What happened?
Believe it or not. Just for that day, though. So I'm gonna try
Didn't last long.
Didn't last long. I'm gonna try and keep it really short because I will go off on this and talk a lot about it. But basically, I had pre-ordered a copy of the book, and then there's this Target exclusive version, and I'm thinking it's gonna be like the Eras Tour book and CD and vinyl, and that they made this huge deal about it's gonna be sold out. It's gonna be sold out. People were in line, and like there's still copies at Target,
yeah.
right? So I'm not worried. But then my friend Susanna's texting me. She's like, Nina, people are saying it's really limited. Like, it's 5 per Target. Like, you have to go in the morning. So long story short, I wake up at 7. Target opens at 8. I wake up my brother. I'm like, I will pay you to drive me. He doesn't take my money, thank God, because I'm broke. Even though I had already pre-ordered a copy. So we go. It's the day it was negative 10 degrees outside.
Oh.
By the time we get to Target, it's like 8:05. Okay. I walk in and I see the book, but I don't see the Target exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm like kind of panicking, but I'm so tired. I'm just like not even there. So I go to ask someone that works there, and I'm like, hey, do you have this book? And before I even get the words out, he goes, no, it's sold out. There were 15 people waiting outside for over an hour to get it. And they only had like 5 copies. And I was like, oh my God. And then, so I go on Mercari, which is like this like reselling website. A lot of people use it to like get rid of. Yeah. People are selling it for $500, $600. And I am very, very upset because I have been waiting for this book for so long. I've been so excited about it. It's one of my favorite series. So I'm mad, and I comment on these listings, and I'm like, I walked into a Target where they said that 15 people were waiting outside in negative 10 degree weather to get this book. So a book that I wanted as well, and seeing you, people like you, I'm basically being like, you're a terrible person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my heart is broken. Then about 10 minutes later, someone messages me on the app and goes, hey, I accidentally grabbed another copy. I'll sell it to you for $25, which is how much the book costs. Okay? Yeah. So then I freak out, and I'm like, I'm going to get scammed, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to get
that's
scammed.
what I would assume, yeah.
But she posts pictures of the book, and, you know, I'm looking at her account, I'm looking at her reviews, her sales, whatever. I'm like basically stalking this woman's account, and I find she posts it, and someone immediately buys it. And she's like, no, if you're not Nina, I'm going to cancel the order. And I'm like, you are so sweet.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yes. Then, so I get it. And then when you buy something on Mercari, it instantly sends the shipping label to the person shipping it, right?
Okay.
So she finds out where I live, and she goes, no way. I live like 20 minutes away from you. How about, to save on shipping, we just meet up? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to get killed over this book. Like, okay. So long story short, and I know this is still very long, I'm sorry, but we meet in a Lake Zurich Target parking lot. I have $25 in cash. My mom's in the car with me, and she's like, well, this is it. She goes, and we pull up to her car, and she goes, she didn't really look like a murderer, although I guess all murderers don't look like murderers.
Yeah.
And I was like, thanks, Mom. Real reassuring as I'm getting out of the car. So I'm like, okay. She hands me the bag with the book, and I'm like, thank you so much. And then I give her the money. I get back in my car. It's the book. And I'm like, no one goes out of their way
to do something nice.
To do something like that. And so now I have 3 copies of the book because I pre-ordered one. And then when I went to Target in the morning, I bought one because the pre-order hadn't come in yet. And I'm like, I need to start reading now. So, you know, maybe I'll pay it forward.
There you go.
You know, but give it to someone. I mean, you can get the book now, but not that version.
Right.
But yeah. And she got out of the car, and I looked down, and she was wearing Crocs, and I was like, okay, I'm safe. You can't
run fast in Crocs.
No, well, I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking I'm wearing Crocs too. Like she's one of me.
I know you're thinking like she's a Croc person, so yay. We're the same.
Yeah.
But I was also thinking if someone was planning on murdering you, they wouldn't have worn Crocs.
Yeah, no. Or maybe they would have because you can just rinse them off.
True, but they'd have to slip them off to chase, if something
That's
happened.
true,
They wouldn't
that's
be as
true.
agile.
That you make a point. But yeah, it was awesome. And then I text her and I was like, you are an angel. I should kiss the ground you walk on. I was like, there are no people like you. Like, you are amazing. I hope karma, like, comes around and you get all of the good things. Like, I'm in love with you. I didn't say that. But I literally, I meant that. And she was like, oh, it's no worries. Us book girlies got to stick together. And then I cried about it.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So all faith in humanity is not lost.
Yay.
I mean, there's one nice person around the Lake Zurich area, guys.
One. That's
One.
it. All right. Well, we are already 15 minutes
I'm so
in.
sorry.
No, that's fine. We're going to continue because I have a couple other things I'd like to talk about.
Perfect.
So we're going to take a quick break. Do we want to read ours or do we want to play them?
You know what? Let's read it.
Okay.
I'm up for a challenge today. Not really. I've just had to read out loud in classes recently.
Oh, so practice.
I did good. There were a couple moments where I just stopped and looked at the teacher like, please. But I did okay. Okay.
Proud of you.
Thank you. I went to a short one, I'm sorry. Student Engagement sponsors free and confidential immigration legal assistance in English, Spanish, Korean, and Polish. In-person meetings are held in Student Engagement, Building A, 3rd floor, room A336. I don't know why I said it like that. Room A336 from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on most Thursdays. Today. For a full schedule or to make an appointment, visit harpercollege.edu/undocumented.
All right, let's see what I find over here. Harper Hawks Athletics. Are you and your friends looking for something to do after classes? Come out and support Harper Hawks. I swear this is a tongue twister.
It is.
Harper Hawks Athletics. Woo! Go to harperhawks.net for a full season schedule of each sport. Support our student athletes and go Hawks! All right. I guess that's, what we need to do? We need to start like having the schedule, like so we can talk about a show. And you should listen to this show.
Do you want me to go take a picture of it real quick?
We'll do it.
After the show?
Yeah.
Okay.
For next time. But basically I'd like to do a PSA and just say keep listening to college radio.
Absolutely.
We have a lot of great shows here. We are one of the number one. We're top radio stations. We're always in the top 5 for the Chicago Reader poll. Yeah. We didn't win this year, though. What is it? Someone said, always a bridesmaid, never never the bride, because we didn't win this year.
Boy, genius. Always an angel, never a god.
So, we have a lot of great shows here, including ours, Streamingverse.
Absolutely.
With Nina and Chris.
And Caroline.
I don't think we said who we are.
I don't think we did either.
I didn't think.
I said Streamingverse,
right,
and then I just stopped.
And plowed on through to everything else that we had to do.
Yeah.
So let's talk about a little bit more about what we've been streaming. Because I'm very proud of myself for this.
Okay. Let's do it. Let's hear it.
And you and I already chatted about this a little bit.
Okay.
So Sunday night, I'm just doing stuff, whatever, on my phone, whatever. And an Instagram live pops up, and it's Maya Hawk and her father, Ethan Hawk. And I had no idea why, but I thought, why not? But I didn't know which Instagram account I was on. So I actually wanted to make comments, but I'm like, I don't want to make them if I'm on the station account. I would have done it knowing it was ended up being ours. It's Streamingverse.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Streamingverse. You can follow us on Instagram at streaming_verse. And so I watched it, and they did it because their movie that they made, I think he directed it and she starred in it, was going to be streaming live on the Criterion channel. They have their own app.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll sign up. And there was no one being for free, but I did the 7-day free trial, which I will be canceling because it's expensive.
It's Criterion.
Criterion. So I watched Wildcat, which is about this author who led this really rough life. She's from like Atlanta, Georgia, somewhere in Georgia.
Okay.
I can't say Atlanta. And apparently Ethan Hawke grew up reading her stuff because his mom taught. So she was like, oh, read about this, this person. I forget, Fanny. Are you looking at it?
Yeah, I'm looking it up
Okay,
right now.
I forget her last name, but it's I think it's Fanny, something like that. No.
Children's author?
No.
No, okay, never mind then.
Look up Wildcat and Maya Hawke.
Oh, Wildcat. I wrote Wild Heart. What am I doing?
And it's about her life being an author and what she went through. She actually had lupus.
Oh my gosh.
So she was, at one point, her father died of lupus. So basically, when she got the diagnosis, she knew she was going to die. And her whole life was led 14 months at a time. Like, okay, I lived past this one. I lived past this one. Did you find it?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Flannery O'Connor.
Yeah, Flannery O'Connor. That's what
I've read her stuff.
Yeah. That's her. And it was a wonderful movie. I really enjoyed it. It was interesting. And it was almost nice, the fact that it was live, because I couldn't pause it and walk away.
Right.
So I had to sit there and watch it, which sometimes I think we're losing out by not having more live experiences, because you tend not to finish things. Or or I'll watch it over 3 courses of something and you might not think about it as much, or you might be multitasking more. But when it's live, it's like, this is it. I can't come back to it.
Exactly.
And so I have to pay attention. So it was good, and I enjoyed it. And I was also excited because there's a movie that I've been wanting to watch for a long time called A Face in the Crowd. And it's about this like unknown person who they turn into a personality, who ends up becoming a megalomaniac type person, but very popular with people. Where we heard this before. And it's starring Andy Griffith, and it's like from the 50s. Like it's a really old movie, and it's on the Criterion Channel. So I will be watching that before I cut it off at my 7-day trial.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that.
That's awesome. Yeah, my brother collects Criterion like discs.
Okay.
The DVDs that they sell. So I'm familiar with Criterion. So I was like, I want the Criterion of this and this and this.
Does he have a subscription to the app?
Don't believe he does.
Interesting thing about the app, just because it's part of the Criterion collection doesn't mean it's on the app because of the licensing situation. Because I'm like, okay, I've got the subscription. We're going to see if the monkey movie Head is on there. Because for those of you who don't know, and who have shunned the monkeys, yes, the movie Head is on the Criterion collection.
That's right. I remember I think we were talking about my brother.
Yes,
Criterion, and you asked if he had seen it.
But it's not on there. Again, it's licensing. So it's a bummer.
That is a bummer.
What else have you been streaming?
A lot, actually. But also not a lot. I don't know what I'm saying. I watched the movie Back in Action. It's on...
yes, that's cute.
It was so cute. It's on Netflix, and it's with Cameron Diaz and a man whose name is...
Jamie Foxx.
Thank you. It was really cute. It was like 2 spies kind of start this family, and they're hiding this secret from their kids, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So I did enjoy that, and I would recommend it.
Yeah, it was definitely worth the watch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was cute.
It was a cute family movie. So I watched it with my family.
Well, I have about 8,000 other things I want to talk about streaming, but we don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
But I do want to mention that I'm so stressed out about this.
Oh no.
I am streaming the book and the audiobook Slow Horses.
Oh.
So I have seen the series, and I'm like, okay, let me read the book. Mm-hmm. And I am horrible right now. Like I'm sorry, I'm trying to find my words on this.
Yeah.
So when I fall out of reading, I tend to have a really hard time getting back into reading until I find something that I click with. So, like, I've read and finished a couple books, but it took me like 6 months to read the books because it's like, or I'd, listen to a podcast, listen to a chapter of a book, listen to 5 podcasts, listen to the chapter of a book. But Slow Horses is so popular because of the TV show that I only have 14 days to do this.
Right. Yeah.
And it is a challenge, even with both audio and, the book, the Kindle book. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to do it, though. Like, I'm over halfway done.
Nice.
And I have it until Sunday. So I have the weekend to get some power reading. I only have like 5.5 hours left.
That's awesome.
So I can do this. So I'm all excited.
You got this. You got this, Chris.
And it's really good. I really like the writing, and I think it's helping me. Plus, again, with my Kindle Scribe, it's like I carry this with me all the time.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to sound like I'm doing paid advertisement. No, it's not paid.
No, exactly.
This has been such a helpful tool because one of the books on it, which I think is helping me read more as well because I'm always carrying this with me. But with the Kindle Scribe, you can create notes and it's all handwritten. It's not typing. So I have all these handwritten notes. I have like the past like 3 or 4 streaming verse shows all in here with the files and notes. I have notes on the good thought at the end of the show that are already in here and ready. I've got my grocery shopping list in here, which I go grocery shopping. This doesn't come with me, but because Kindle's on my phone, there's my shopping list. And
so awesome.
And the thing is, I have to bring it now. Like I have to bring it from my office to my house, to the living room, and to my bedroom when I go, to the studio. Because if I have a thought, I have to put it in there immediately. Yep. But it's all in one thing versus notes. Because normally that's what I do. It's like, oh, I'm watching this. Write it down.
Right.
What did I watch? I don't know. Where'd you put the note? I don't know.
Yeah. It's on the back of a receipt, probably in the garbage.
This is helping my troubled little ADHD mind so much.
I love it. I'm so happy that you got it. I don't have the Kindle Scribe. I just have like the standard Paperwhite edition. But the Kindle Scribe, I've been looking at it for quite some time.
Yeah. And I got it thinking, okay, this might help. But again, and also though, I have to have the dedication. I'm not saying this would help everybody, but with my mind and for me and the way I operate, this has helped so much. Plus it's writing notes, which is always really good for you to write versus typing things. So I think, and I'll rewrite lists. Like I'll make to-do lists. I'll do half of them and then I rewrite them.
Yeah.
And I'm not wasting a ton of paper and I'm not like having to, it's pretty easy to use this as well.
Yeah.
But it's, pulling the trigger on this one was like a good decision for me.
Yeah. That's great.
So
I could talk about my Kindle for so long. I love her. She's at my house right now. I surprisingly did not bring her to the studio. Even if I don't, there's a bunch of memes online that they're like, you running to the grocery store for one thing, bringing your Kindle thinking, oh, if I have a chance to read, I'll just pull it out, which is so me. I do that all the time. It's great.
I do that with audiobooks because it's like bring your earbuds.
Right.
Just in case. Like I do that through Costco. I will be listening to a podcast or a book while I'm shopping.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. That's me like on the train because if I read like physical books or an ebook on a moving vessel, I will get ill very quickly.
Gotcha.
So it's always audiobook.
Yeah.
It's great.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, we have 4 minutes to the bottom of the hour. We can fill in with this chat still or skip to our topic. I'm excited about 2 shows coming up. I have lots to share. I have so many notes.
Okay, go for it.
So, School Spirits.
Yes.
Did you see it? No,
it's on my watch list, though.
Season 2 is coming out February 3rd. I'm so excited. You've seen it too, Caroline? I was so nervous when it went to Netflix thinking, no, don't tell me they're not going to have the season 2. Because a long time ago, they lit season 2, but as we've seen with other shows, they'll just cancel it and not care. So School Spirits on Paramount Plus, February 3rd. And also, Paramount Plus, Yellow Jackets.
Yes!
Season 3, February 14th.
Yep. Of course, I don't have Paramount Plus, so that's going to be pretty rough on me. But I think I have it at the dorm. I think someone
yeah.
signed in, so I'm going to be like, hey.
See, you can watch season 1, though, of School Spirits and Netflix, and
Yes.
then, yeah, at the dorm, go, hey.
Yeah, and I love Peyton List. I mean, I grew up watching her and Jessie, the main Maddie Nears.
It's funny, I didn't know she was until School Spirits, and then she did another movie where she's like a ghost the whole movie. I forget.
Oh.
Yeah, she, in that one, it's that she dies, and so she's haunting this house. And it's like,
cool.
I only see her as a ghost, but yet, like you said, she did all this stuff before, and I had no idea.
Yeah, she like grew up on the Disney Channel, so I watched her and Jessie all the time. I loved her. I didn't realize she was in that until just now.
She's a big ghost.
I love Ghost so much.
Yeah, it's a really good show. I really like it. And it's a mystery. Like, season 1 ended on a cliffhanger.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Intriguing.
Super exciting. So I haven't streamed them yet, but I will be.
So exciting. Okay, another thing I have been streaming is One Last Stop. It's a book by Casey McQuiston. She is the author who wrote Red, White, and Royal Blue, which was turned into the movie on Prime, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Why I know that off the top of my head, I have
know.
no idea.
I know. It is not what I was expecting going in. I thought it was, because it's a woman loving woman relationship, so it's gay, obviously. Love it. But I didn't expect it to be like this sci-fi element, and it's so cool. And it takes place in New York on the subway, and it's kind of about, I don't want to spoil it.
Is that hard? Like, some things it's like, oh, if I talk about this, I'm spoiling it. Sometimes you can say it and you're not, but...
Right, but I don't... Like, I never read it on the back of the book. Albeit I didn't... Oh, I'm terrible. I didn't really read the back of the book. I just heard she was releasing a lesbian novel, and I just kind of was like, oh, gimme. But it is really, really good. It's very... I mean, Red, White, and Royal Blue was emotional, but I feel like this one is too, and I feel more connected to it because, I mean, it's women instead of men.
Yeah.
And it's also, they're not like royalty, they're just like college kids in New York. So
yeah, it's a lot more relatable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I really like it. I really like the writing and all that stuff. Oh God.
Erin chimed in on because what's her name, Peyton List, was also on Cobra Kai. Yes.
Yes, because my dad watched that. He has a sweatshirt and everything. And we would make fun of him because... Actually, I have no idea why we would make fun of him. I guess I just
because
jumped on that.
Because he's your dad?
Yeah, that's true. I guess I kind of just jumped on that bandwagon. Sorry, Dad. I've never seen Cobra Kai, but I think someone thinks it's cringy. I think it's my mom or my brother. Like, they're like, you're really into this? But he's like, no, the girl from Jessie's in it. Peyton List.
Yep. Now we've talked up to the bottom of the hour.
Great.
And I'm going to let everyone know that you're listening to Streaming Verse with Nina and Chris here on WHCM 88.3 FM, Palatine, Illinois, a broadcast station of Harper College and its Board of Trustees. Because we haven't reminded you in a minute, thoughts and ideas presented on the show are our own and not necessarily reflective of the opinions of WHCM, Harper College, or its Board of Trustees. She's still thumbing through the book.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I need to go long, expand. Okay.
I think, I think the reason, I don't think we've ever read this one.
Oh, we got a new one.
I think you're going to find out why pretty soon here.
Okay.
Because I think we're both scared. Looking for a bite to eat on Harper campus? Look no further than the Cockrell Dining Hall, located on the lower level of Building A. You'll find great food handcrafted by their team of professional chefs, offering everything from pre-packaged snacks to freshly cooked meals, ensuring your dining experience is always safe and delicious. Allergy-sensitive, vegan and vegetarian options are available. The punctuation in that sentence was crazy. So what are you waiting for? Visit the Cockrell Dining Hall in Building A, which is on the lower level, I believe.
Yes.
So level 1. No. Yes.
Yes.
That's what it's called, Nina. Great. For more information, visit harpercollege.edu/visit/dining.
I didn't hear you say gluten-free.
No, it's not in there.
Well, that is not. I guess that's allergy sensitive. Probably all of us are grouped in together.
Yeah.
All of you people with your sensitivities.
Yeah. All of you with the dietary stuff.
All right. Job Placement Resource Center. Are you a Harper student looking for a job? Well, look no further. That no almost. I almost lost the no. I'm like, look further. We can't help you.
Further.
Figure it out on your own. Okay, I'm going to start again. Are you a Harper student looking for a job? Well, look no further. Every week from 8:30 a.m. till 3:30 p.m., the Job Placement Resource Center in room I-117 has job placement professionals that will help you with resumes and your job searches. Stop in for all of your employment needs. Email or call to make an appointment or come in during walk-in hours. So it's scratched out and it has something else. Part of my brain went to, like, if people could see it, it'd be like nope, I-117. Like, so you knew there was a change.
Right.
Like, nope, not in that room anymore. It's here.
I knew exactly what part you got to because I looked at that one and said, nah.
Nope.
And the I kind of looks like a 1, so then I'm like, 1,000, no.
Right. 1117.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, boy. All right, are we jumping into our topic?
Our topic now.
Our topic, okay.
SNL 50.
SNL 50. SNL has been on for 50 years.
50 years. It is amazing. I have ingested so much SNL stuff in the past 24, 48 hours that I feel like it's cheerleader. Because I watched Saturday Night, the movie.
Yes.
It's on Netflix.
Fantastic.
I watched the first episode of Beyond Saturday Night. That's on Peacock. They have the 4 episodes. I did not watch the music one. The Ladies and Gentlemen, 50 Years of SNL Music. I have not seen that one yet.
Right.
But that's also on Peacock, if you want to see that. And I'm in love with Saturday Night, that movie that came out. I could just talk about the movie.
Same.
For hours.
Yeah.
We've seen so many movies. Is it okay if I start? Do you want to say something?
Go for it.
We've seen so many movies about, actual people. So we've all seen, the one on Queen. We've all seen the one on Elton John.
Tonya.
Right. There's all this stuff. I was thinking singers, but okay, like performers. Like, I know she's a skater, but you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, I know what you mean. I'm trying to think of another one.
And they try to make a point, and Tonya works. It was just my brain went, what? They do different things when they do these things. They either try to make them look like them, or they give the essence of them. I really felt with Saturday Night, they worked on getting the essence of these characters, not necessarily getting actors who looked exactly like them.
Some of them did, though.
Yes, I agree. But I think some of them, like the actor who played Chevy Chase, while he did look like him, I think he looked like him because he had his mannerisms down.
Right. Yeah.
Like the hair, they made his hair look like Chevy Chase. Yeah, is he tall? Yeah, he's tall like Chevy Chase. But I don't necessarily think if he wasn't making his mannerisms Chevy Chase's mannerisms, he would have looked like him.
Yeah, if you looked at just still pictures,
Correct.
Right.
Now you look at him, you go, oh yeah, I see him now. But it's because he he embodied the jerk that Chevy Chase is.
Yeah.
And even the guy playing John, again, he didn't, he did look, you saw, okay, I see you're in there. John, I see you're in there somewhere.
Right.
But he didn't actually look like him, but he embodied who John Belushi was.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It was incredible. Literally, my first note is the Saturday Night, which we're talking about the movie that is streaming on Netflix. The casting director deserves an Oscar, and I don't even know I don't think casting directors can get Oscars, but they should be able to, and this movie should win.
Right.
Because it was just phenomenal.
It was just amazing, and I don't know how much of it was actually accurate in terms of like this happened, then this happened, then this happened. But I think it collectively summed up the madness of creating that show. Obviously, all the drug use that was happening back then. was Chevy really that much of a jerk the very first show? Don't know.
Right.
From what I've read, he could have been. You know, because he was always kind of pompous. He's still alive and still pompous. But he, but they made it like, okay, this is embodied of all of who he is. Because he quit like a season and a half in. Like,
right.
He quit like right off the bat. And even like Jim Henson, I just thought that was so adorable. And you know that one actor played Jim Henson and Andy Kaufman. That was the same actor.
Really?
Yes. And I don't know his name, but it's Greg from Succession.
Okay. Yeah, I had
same
no
person.
idea.
And he was so spot on with Andy Kaufman. Like, Andy Kaufman.
No, which one?
He was the one carrying around the record player the whole time.
Okay, yep.
Yeah. And I did not see that live. There's no way I saw that live. But again, like I've read about and been, prepping for the show and watching things about. We all watched this in junior high. It's kind of when we all start watching it. And that would have been like a couple years. Well, I just meant by like you're staying up that late.
Yeah. I mean, I was watching clips in elementary school that my parents were showing me.
But you had them during the day. I just meant like watching
actual
it
live.
Yeah, because it's 10:30 at night, and
yes,
normally if you're 10, your parents are like, no, you're going to bed.
Yeah.
But by junior high, you're having sleepovers and you're staying up all night. In fact, some of this like brought up memories for me because I had a seance once when I was having a sleepover. This is so funny. So Elvis had died. Elvis Presley.
A seance for Elvis?
Yes. And obviously it wasn't real, but you know what I mean? Like, we're like 13-year-olds who are like, bring back Elvis. Elvis, are you there? Elvis Costello was a musical guest that night. So we're like, we brought him back, just not the right one. Oh my God. I think that's the only reason I remember doing this seance is because Elvis Costello was a musical guest on SNL that night.
That's the best thing I've ever heard. That is awesome. Oh my God. Yeah, my mom was also getting really emotional because she would spend the weekends with my grandma, and every Saturday they'd stay up late and watch it all together. Yeah. So, like, after the movie was over, I look back and she's like near tears. And I'm like, and it's a big part of like my childhood because of my mom.
Right.
And like one year for her birthday at the NBC broadcasting center in the city, they had a pop-up SNL museum. So we went there and like, I was raised watching the Lonely Islands and Justin Timberlake. Yeah. Those sketches that I can't name on air right now. But like watching those and just like not understanding them and being like laughing anyway because my parents are laughing, so I'm pretending to know what is going on.
I really think it is, like you said, talking about it's handed down by generations that way, because my son loves SNL too. Yeah. And in fact, that's remember the speech I gave? Yeah. At my son's wedding? Yeah. It involved SNL.
Oh, yeah.
Because
you sent me a video of it.
I sent you the video.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to share this just because it's funny. So when my son was in college, I had access to his emails because we thought he was just giving me access to the financials in case tuition was due. Ended up, I saw every incoming email that ever came to him. And for the most part, he's over 18. I'm cool parent. I'm dealing with this. But then one night, it's sophomore year, Saturday, and it was a Saturday. Hi, Nick. It's Hannah. I left my phone at my dorm, so I just wanted to let you know, I stay out late, it's fine, but I'm in your bed, and I'm going to watch SNL until you get back. It was the best thing reading this at their wedding, because they're like, their eyes got so big. They're like, what? Because I never told them I saw that email.
That's amazing.
Until they were getting married.
Until their wedding.
Yes,
that is
until their wedding. Never told.
Amazing.
Yeah. Never. Because he's in college. Like, that's fine. You do what you got to do. I don't, No. But yeah, so even them, they were watching. Which, again, part of me was like, you didn't tell me you had a girlfriend. That's all I was mad about. It's like, why aren't you telling me you have a girlfriend? but then it's also like, but he's still watching SNL, which I got him into.
Aww.
So that was nice. And that's what I was thinking about when I was watching. Have you watched any of the Beyond Saturday Night?
Yes. It wasn't the music one. It was the...
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
The, like...
So I've only watched the first episode so far.
Yeah.
But what I was really, like, focusing on, you know, again, prepping for the show is this isn't... When they're trying out for SNL, it's not just trying out for a TV show. It's not just trying out for something. Because this is something that they watched when they were 13 years old or younger. Like, I keep forgetting about all the videos that are accessible now. But you're right. You know, with your generation, you could have been watching this since you were 5 because it's accessible and you're not necessarily getting all the stuff that a parent would say no to normally. Like a 10-year-old, they might go, no, you're not watching this.
Yeah.
But a couple skits, they're not going to care about as much. But so to try out for SNL... and to not make it is soul crushing because it's like it's something that's in your soul, like because you've been watching it for them, let's say at that point 10 15 years when you're trying out.
It's just like part of the weekly routine, you know?
And then but to not make a new TV show, that's a bummer, but you don't know what that's going to be. You know SNL is going to be on for at least 10 more years, 20 more years, who knows.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I like it's a thing. Like when SNL, when it's not, you know, Saturday night and we're looking for something to watch, I'll just connect my phone to the TV and just either watch reruns or just watch clips on YouTube of the sketches. And just like the amount of people that have, because of the opportunity of SNL, that have risen to like greater heights, like Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, I forgot her name for a second. The movies, let's see, The Blues Brothers, Wayne's World, Party Time Excellent, you know, like that would have never happened.
Adam Sandler, I mean,
oh my God,
Billy Madison.
Yeah, so much, and it's just so fun, and I love that they're addressing issues because some
Goober
SNL
the Clown.
and some SNL skits seem more real than the actual event that occurred. I could name a few, but I don't know if I should. But it's just so fun, and you watch them and you just know that like these people are having the time of their lives. Yeah. Or you'd at least hope because it looks like that.
I think when they're getting the laughs, that's one of the things, you know, from watching it that you learn. Highly recommend watching these. Again, they're on Peacock right now. They're so good, and it's so interesting, especially if you have grown up watching SNL.
Yeah.
But it's like once you get the job, you're still trying out for the job. I mean, it's so stressful, which I already knew that because I knew if you weren't writing your own skits, you might not get in the show.
Right.
I'd heard he tells the, why can I not remember his name right now? Someone's name you know all the time. Chris Farley and the person who did all the movies with him. He's blonde.
Hang on. Keep going.
He did like Tommy Boy. There's a movie for you.
Tommy Boy.
David Spade.
David Spade.
As soon as I release it to you, I remember.
I know, yeah.
So like David Spade has told the story for years. So he repeated it again on the special. But, you know, he'd be trying to write stuff because he wants to get in. And Chris Farley would just come on and go, fat guy in a little coat. Come on, you know you love it. Come on. And he's like, I have to write. Everyone writes and puts you in skits. I have to write my own.
Yeah.
And he gets so stressed out. And then, of course, fat guy in a little coat. And then he'd be laughing. And, you know, but it's and what is it? Pete Davidson said that, Lauren told him like, it takes 4 years till you feel comfortable. Yeah. That you're not going to get kicked out.
Yeah. Which is...
a long time for a job.
Yeah. It really reminds me of the kind of expectations of like a professional dancer. Yeah. Just like you never know, like you could be like swung out at any point, and it's just like one of those situations. But real quick, I want to just go through some like facts on the awards that they have won because it is insane.
Okay.
So over the past 5 decades, with 305 Primetime Emmy nominations,
Jeez.
they have won 84, 6 Writers Guild of America awards, 3 Peabody Awards, and they are in the National Association of Broadcasters Hall of Fame. The 305 nominations for Primetime Emmy is insane.
It's insane. It's amazing.
And that's more than any TV
Lauren
program.
Michaels is 80, which we shouldn't be shocked if the show's been around for 50 years.
Right.
80, and he's still producing this show. And I'm a little nervous. I do think he should retire, not arguing that. But last time he left, it kind of fell apart a little bit. And that's when they changed their focus. So I really hope when they transition to the next producer that there's some type of like thought put into how they're going to move forward.
No,
I'm not saying it
absolutely.
has to exactly the same in terms of how they do things, but obviously when they tried to change the formula, it didn't work because it is specific people because they hired a lot of very funny people, but it did not work for those years the same way.
It's just amazing that it all came together the way that it did because even in the movie that's based on the real thing, I was so stressed out watching this movie.
The ticking every
the ticking,
time.
Oh my God. I was stressed. But it's just so fascinating. And the entire time I was watching this, I was like astonished at how lucky Lorraine, am I saying that right? Michaels?
Lauren Michaels.
Lauren. Oh my God, I always get it wrong. How lucky he is. Because all the executives, everyone's like, no, we're just going to play a rerun.
Right. They're ready. We're ready. We're ready for the tape.
Yeah. And he has no idea what's going to happen.
Right.
And they still let him do it. And that entire time, I'm just like, oh my God, you are so lucky. Like, no, I don't know anywhere today that they would let someone like that just.
And the cast was all on drugs.
Yeah.
There's no way this would happen again.
No.
No way. And again, it's lasted 50 years.
Which is insane.
One quick fact that I found. So they talk about this part in the movie. So the reason it started Saturday Night, that was the original name of it before it became Saturday Night Live, is because Johnny Carson kind of making a power play. He didn't want to work. He wanted more vacation, so he didn't want his reruns going on the weekends. He wanted something else there. So that's part of the reason why it came about. But around the same time, Howard Cosell, who was a sports announcer, had a show called Saturday Night Live. And the Primetime Players. It was his own version of a comedy show. In fact, Bill Murray started there.
Interesting.
So that's why when you see old clips of the Saturday Night Live people, and it says the not ready for primetime players, because it was a play on words from what Howard Cosell was doing with the primetime, because he was a sports person, so primetime players.
Right.
So I just thought that was really interesting. Like, I had no idea. No idea.
Yeah.
But and then once that show was canceled, then they became Saturday Night Live.
Wow. That's really interesting. I know I have so many like fun facts over here. But, and we're not sponsored, by the way. We're just talking about things we love. There will be okay, I'm just going to read it. A live stream with a star-studded concert special celebrating SNL's musical legacy that is being held at Radio City Music Hall, and it's going to air on February 14th, Valentine's Day. It's called the Homecoming Concert SNL 50, and it will be streamed on Peacock. Backstreet Boys will be there. Ooh. Lady Gaga, Bonnie Raitt, Robin, Miley Cyrus, Post Malone, everyone who's been on SNL, and they're trying to celebrate the different decades and the history of it through the music. And it's being hosted by Jimmy Fallon, who was also on SNL.
That's
so it's going to
nice.
be really cool. Hit it.
All right. So I want to tell you a journey before I tell you my our positive thought.
Yes.
So I was doing some stuff around the house this weekend, and I decided I needed to listen to Reputation. Yes, the reputation that you're thinking. Taylor Swift's reputation. So I go to Spotify on my TV and I put on Reputation, and I'm listening to more than Reputation. I'm also wondering, when are we going to get Taylor's version?
Yeah, that's a big question.
So then that's over with, and I'm looking for something else to listen to, and I find some 70s tunes. I'm like, okay, 70s tunes, they seem great for cleaning up.
Yeah.
And so I'm going through a couple of them, and then one of the ones that I find is this artist, because it's just all 70s. The band is King Harvest.
Okay.
And there's a song, Dancing in the Moonlight. Not sure if you heard of it. Dancing in the Moonlight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here is our positive thought.
Okay.
You can't dance and stay uptight.
I really like that.
I heard that and I'm like, whoa, that's our positive thought, and then I'm dancing when it's true. You start dancing, you can't be uptight. You can't be stressed out. Life is good. So everyone should listen to King Harvest and Dancing in the Moonlight. And when you hear you can't dance and stay uptight, use that as a mantra. You stressed out, start dancing, you're going to chill. It's going to be awesome. So that's my positive thought.
That's awesome.
On my Kindle, it was all right here. It was amazing.
That is awesome.
Thanks for listening to Streaming Verse here with Nina and Chris on WHCM. We will be back. You can listen to our show Mondays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Keep it tuned to WHCM. Up next is Andy Hood, and I don't know the name of his show, but it's awesome. And we're going to have to learn the name of his show.
Tune in, guys.
Thanks for listening.
Have a good one.